Fantasy Waiver Wire.
I had alerts set for updates on your fantasy football results, and I got the ping to my phone notification. You've been eliminated. I'm so sorry, Dave.
I have been eliminated. There will be no more updates for me. There will be no more waiver wire ads for me. But I'm here for you guys. I'm a man of the people, and I'm looking at the data and crunching the numbers and helping you guys find some sneaky plays for championship week. Hopefully, if you made your championship, you don't have these issues where you need somebody to pick up in a pinch. But you never know. There's surely some Patrick Mahomes teams out there who might have survived and now find themselves on the outs. But I faced Puka Nacua in 2 leagues, so I was cooked.
Goodness.
Yeah, not fair. Excuse me. But yeah, top pickups last week come through again. Bill Krosky-Merritt scores. Michael Carter put up his season high in yards. Some pretty thin options out there in week 17. If you don't need anyone in fantasy, I would just consider these guys basically mini sleepers to bet on for yards or a score. We've continually seen them cash in and take advantage of opportunities, especially the top guys. So more than one way to use this data. And before we get into these guys, if any of the previously mentioned players are out there, please go get them. Michael Carter, Blake Corum. Carter gets a league best matchup with the Bengals. Blake Corum continues to emerge. If he's out there at all, if you're in a shallow league or a league where people aren't active, go scoop him up. But anyway, let's get into the final picks of the season here. Jawar Jordan and Dylan Sampson for running backs. Talked about Jawar Jordan last week. Didn't score, but in Woody Marks' absence, he handled 20 total touches, caught 5 passes, 53 rushing yards, 17 receiving yards. Marks may suit up this week. He seemed close to doing so last week. I just saw he was back at practice before the show, but still might be worth a stash if you're RB desperate. And there's a good chance that they're going to work him in as the RB2 over Nick Chubb, who looks just completely washed. So 35% TD probability, 24.9 rushing yards in our projections. Dylan Sampson for the Browns, only if he's healthy. He's been banged up and missed a few games. Been on the shelf since week 13, I believe. But could have a big role if he's ready to go. He'll have the Bills on tap, notoriously bad rushing defense. And with Quinshon Judkins just now vacating his role due to injury, he's got 3 games with 50-plus receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns this year. So even if this ends up as a timeshare with Raheem Sanders, who you should go get if Sampson is ruled out, he should get his receiving look still. Right now, we've got him projected for 40.6 rushing, 14.7 receiving, and a 19% TD probability. There's a pretty good floor again to chase against a Bills rushing defense. Moving to the receivers here, just a couple. Parker Washington, previously featured on the show in this segment, 2 games with at least 18 PPR points in his last 4. T-Law is playing the best ball of his career right now. Colts just got shredded by Brock Purdy for 5 tuds, allow the 3rd most points to wide receivers in fantasy this year. Parker Washington has a modest projection of 2.9 receptions and 40 yards with a 29% TD probability, but certainly has upside. Luther Burden, he's banged up as well. Could be my number 1 pickup if you were healthy right now for week 17. If Rome Odunze remains out and Burden goes, he's going to see some increased value. With Odunze out in week 15, he posted 6 catches for 84 yards on 7 targets. Week 14, 4 catches for 67 yards on 6 targets. Makes those big plays. If he's active versus the Niners, I'd make him a wide receiver 3 flex guy. Projected 3 receptions, 35.6 yards, 18% TD. Moving to the tight ends, Brenton Strange, another Jaguar who's been featured on this, started strong week 16. 5 catches, 39 yards, touchdown, 7 targets. Scored at least 13 PPR points in 3 of his last 5 games. A little quieter a few weeks ago versus the Colts, but for the most part has been very productive since he came back. Colts ranked 8th in fantasy points allowed to tight ends. Profiles as a nice low-end tight end 1 in pretty much all formats. Projected 3.7 receptions, 42.2 yards, 23% TD probability. Taysom Hill for the Saints. Led the Saints in carries last week with Kamara, Miller, and Neal all out. 42 rushing yards, 4 catches for 36 yards. Also threw a 38-yard TD pass So you get that true Swiss Army knife output from Taysom Hill. Depending on if Alvin Kamara is back, his role will be different. I don't know why they would bring Alvin Kamara back at this point, to be honest. And Taysom Hill's looking like he's probably ending his career or his Saints tenure after these 2 games. So might see featured pretty heavily there. 35% TD probability for him. And just a couple QBs I'll shout out. Tyler Shuck. I can't believe we're here, but 19.1 fantasy points last week, which he's done in 4 straight games, 5 of his last 6. Titans rank 9th in fantasy points allowed to opposing QBs. He's the guy. If you need somebody, pick him up. 233.5 passing yards, 18 fantasy points in our projections. And lastly, if Marcus Mariota is not out in this game, you're getting a great defense with the Cowboys matchup. Great matchup with the Cowboys defense. Only 2 QBs have not scored 20-plus fantasy points versus the Cowboys this season. Mariota scored 20-plus in 4 of 7 full starts. So if he's playing, I would pick him up. If he sits and you're desperate for a second QB in a 2 QB or super flex league, you could play Josh Johnson. But if you only have 1 QB, I would certainly look elsewhere. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the final waiver wire of the year. Slim pickings out there. Hopefully you don't need one. And if you do, hopefully one of these guys can come through for you.
Yeah, there you have it. Okay. It's always special to win a fantasy football championship. If you are one of the lucky ones or maybe skilled ones who still has a chance to do so, you can send your flowers to Dave at the Dimers headquarters. We'll get you all the information. He helped you get there, surely, with weeks of our fantasy waiver wire. So good luck in your fantasy championships. Let us know. Tag us if you win and we were able to help you with some of these pickups. Make sure you subscribe to this show as well. This is the Dimer Sports Betting Podcast. We do it typically twice a week. For our holiday spectacular week here, we're only doing one this week, but make sure you subscribe to the pod so that you can get all of these information pieces, all these segments in real time as quick as you can to help you in future fantasy leagues.